Anyone who practices fastereft knows resistance is surprisingly common. What is resistance? Resistance is the way your subconscious mind tries to block deep change. In other words, your subconscious is protecting itself. It attempts to stop you, and your conscious mind, from making changes that might mean losing something familiar. Simply put, the closer you get to real transformation, the more subconscious resistance you may notice. This can show up in many forms and combinations, unique to each person. The most common signs of subconscious resistance include feeling too tired to continue a new habit or technique, nausea, getting sick, drowsiness, belching, dizziness, hiccups, doubts, anxiety, frustration, restlessness, feeling threatened, and more. Your subconscious will do whatever it takes to steer you back to what it believes is true. What you need to know about resistance: as soon as you begin making meaningful changes, you'll likely meet subconscious pushback. For example, have you ever decided to get healthier, started exercising and eating better with full motivation at first? After a while, excuses show up, nudging you back to old patterns. If you keep going, maybe an injury appears, you catch a cold or stress spike, suddenly you're too tired to cook and default to take out. This is a classic case of the mind generating resistance. Your subconscious is like a child. Its beliefs were wired from birth to keep you safe. Whether those beliefs help or harm today, your subconscious clings to them, even when you try to change your habit. From its perspective, survival depends on maintaining the status quo. Change feels risky, potentially threatening, so the subconscious aims to keep everything as it is. How subconscious resistance works: you decide, consciously, to change. Great. But the subconscious still runs the body's chemistry. It signals your brain signals your organs release chemicals. Those chemicals create bodily sensations, and we experience those sensations as emotion. Your conscious mind can't see chemicals, but it does feel their effects and follows their lead. That's how the subconscious keeps you aligned with whatever is stored inside. Wait, where does resistance come from? Try this example. Let's say you hold a deep belief that people always lie to me. Why? Because your subconscious presents childhood memories as evidence that supports this belief. Your experiences kept reinforcing that truth. You've regularly formed relationships with people who lied, friends, family members, others, across situations. Now you notice the pattern and decide to change it. You choose to build relationships with loyal, reliable people. The problem: your default programming is tuned to lies. Your conscious choice conflicts with the data stored in your subconscious. Though the subconscious tries to correct your course, it triggers chemistry that produces certain states: irritation, frustration, anger, doubt. Those states can dampen your feel-good chemistry and cool your interest in the new person. Or they can pull you, like a magnet, back towards someone who fits the old program. Resistance, status quo. Because of those old beliefs, you might feel suspicion toward your partner for no clear reason, or jealousy, or any emotion that destabilizes the relationship. One emotion or many, they will color the connection. Your conscious mind doesn't see the real cause, so it blames your partner or something out there. Once that loop starts, thoughts fueled by bad feelings create more bad feelings, stronger and stronger. If you stay unaware and keep following the emotional breadcrumbs, the relationship slides back into familiar tracks, where someone lies to me. You might argue you truly attract liars, and you might be right, but only because your subconscious is steering you to match its old record. Change the record in your subconscious, and the kind of people you're drawn to changes too. If your subconscious senses you're drifting away from the liar's program, it will try to restore the status quo to protect you. If your default stance is distrust, your subconscious proves it keeps you safe. Consciously, you may know that's not true, but the subconscious treats it as a fact of survival. Remember, the subconscious doesn't judge good or bad. It simply follows its programming. At some point in your life, based on experience, it learned your body should live in constant threat mode, even with no real danger present. Now you've found fastereft and you're clearing distrust. Like many, you may get quick wins. But if the stored record is complex, with many references, the subconscious will fight harder to protect you from change. Why? The subconscious resists change. If you're at sea and someone wants to swap sails, you'd allow it. If they want to drill a hole in the hull, you'd fight with everything you've got. The greater the perceived threat, the stronger the resistance. So when you use fastereft to update, distrust keeps me safe, as you loosen the record that proves distrust UK survival. The subconscious rears up. It believes your existence is at stake. It has many ways to protect you. Doubts, irritability, spikes of anxiety, nausea, anger, and a parade of other uncomfortable states. Your conscious mind then tries to explain these feelings, often with thoughts that sound convincing. The result? 1. You might conclude the technique doesn't work, or that it's making things worse. You're too tired to continue. You decide it's dangerous, or that nothing ever works for me. How to resolve subconscious resistance. So what do we do about resistance? You have 3 choices. Give in and stop using the technique. Your problems will stay the same. Try something else, and you'll meet the same resistance again as you approach real change. Force your way through with willpower. This can escalate drama and make things feel worse before they improve. The most effective option, use fastereft on the resistance itself. If you needed to enter a building guarded by a vicious dog, you wouldn't just shove the dog aside and break in. You'd handle the dog first, then do the job. Same with fastereft. No matter how much you want to release distrust, if resistance shows up like a guard dog, calm the dog first. Then approach the core issue. And while you're working with resistance, be gentle and kind with yourself. Recognize your subconscious is resisting because it's scared. You can't beat fear out of it. You soothe it. Treat yourself like a child who's afraid of the dentist. You know the child needs to go for their own good, so you reassure them it's safe. Do the same for yourself. Keep reassuring your subconscious, the inner child, that change is safe. It may sound odd, but the best way to dissolve resistance during fastereft is to tap on the resistance itself, and then keep going. Step by step, you'll retrain your system, unlock momentum, and make the change you came here for.